Hello swimmers! Did you know it's important to know how to swim? In this video, I'm going to show you the most important skill in swimming. And that is a floating. We have the 5 types of floating such as bone float, supine float, dead man's float, egg float, jellyfish float.
People float in the water because their bodies are less than the water. Water pushes up on the body. This is called buoyancy and gives the float, especially if their lungs are full of air, stay relaxed and spreading out to float more easily. Which, based on Archimedes' law,
say that a human submerged in the water weightless is less dense than the water itself because lungs are full of air like a balloon, and like a balloon, the air in the lungs lift you to the surface naturally.
take note, safety is number one priority. Make sure we're learning to float under life-guard supervision. Streamline position is placing your right hand over your left hand, fingers over fingers, and raising your arms above your head so the biceps are touched close to the earth.
Prone float consists of flying face down in the water at your body's natural center of buoyancy. Remain with your face in the water, exhaling slower than normal. When you need another breath, gently lift your head to the surface. Take a slow inhale of air and resubmerge your head.
The second type is supine float. A supine position is lying on your back. To perform a supine float, perform a supine plank position like spreading the upper extremities and keep lower extremities together. The third type is the deadsman or starfish float. To perform the deadsman or starfish float, perform a front-line position while spreading your upper and lower extremities in the water, intimidating the starfish.
The deadman's float is a survival technique used for recovery. Basically, to stay afloat and rest enough to survive, the swimmer lies face down in water, arms and legs spread for balance with minimal movement.
The fourth type is the egg float or tack float. To do this, tuck your chin to your chest and grab your legs together and hold your breath for a couple of seconds. Little by little, you will eventually float in the water.
The duck float position is assumed face down in the water. The head is held in line with the trunk, and the legs are flexed or tucked under the chest, where they are grasped by the hands.
The fifth type is the jelly float. To perform this, tuck your chin and hold your breath for a couple of seconds. Little by little, you will eventually float in the water.
Jellyfish float is one of the basic floats in swimming. This float is done by grabbing your legs at the knees and allowing your body to curl up like a ball. This float is practiced to increase your awareness of the buoyancy of your lungs.
And that's the 5 types of floating.
welcome back swimmers! If you still remember in the last video, we teach you how to float in the water. We're going to do is demonstrate the steps of how to perform a front roll. But before that, what is the front roll? Front roll, sometimes referred to a freestyle, is a type of aquatic ballad. in which swimmers assume a face-down position while doing a flutter kick with their legs. The freestyle is not actually stroke, but a category in swimming competition. The most common and popular stroke in the freestyle race is the front roll, as this style is the fastest. For the reason, the term freestyle is often used as a synonym for front roll. Again, safety is a number one priority. Make sure to do this with a guidance swimming expert. Okay, let's do this.
So we can break the front roll stroke into phases. We get the catch, the pull, the exit, and then the recovery. So the first part of the stroke, when a hand first enters the water, is the catch, and that is our purchase on the water. Then we have the pull phase, which is our main underwater phase of the stroke, and that gives us the propulsion. The exit is as it sounds, and then when our hands comes out and over plus our head, that is the recovery. Without a good catch, the rest of the stroke is going to struggle. Getting a hold of the water at the front of your stroke is vital for a strong pull. But let's rewind a moment. What exactly is the part of the stroke that we keep talking about? It happens as your hands enter the water at the front of the stroke. When your movement changes from moving forwards to pulling back and down under your body, the moment when your hand and forearm start to make this new movement is a catch. In theory, you're catching this new body of water. Okay, so you want your fingers together, but they need to be relaxed. You can force this part of the stroke, and as your hands goes it goes from being horizontal to your fingers then starting to angle towards the bottom. You need to try to avoid that long glide at the front. Basically, you want to catch that water as soon as you can, while still maintaining a smooth entry. If we imagine our nose as a century line, we want to make sure that we're not crossing over that century line when we catch. Equally, we want to make sure that we're not going outside of our shoulder. We should actually be aiming to catch in line with our shoulder. So if we're going too far inside or outside, you are essentially continually counteracting yourself. And this ends up with that kind of sneaking motion down the pool, which is quite inefficient.
And that's all. Thank you for watching.